You're hearing me? Okay, awesome. Okay, so tonight we're going over placement, and this is such a hard topic because there's so much conflicting information out there about what the best thing to do is and where's the best place to put people and all these different rules. So I'm just going to share with you tonight just a few little tidbits that I've learned from people or what some people do, just to give you some ideas. Go with what feels right to you. But and some of this stuff might seem like too far off for you, but just keep in mind, like, what you do now obviously builds your team later on, right? So even though you might seem like this doesn't really pertain to me, it does, because like I said, this is going to affect stuff that goes later on your team. So anyway, and then I also wanted to go over a little bit of the new things for Wellness Advocate, the new wellness customer or wholesale customer and Wellness Advocate accounts. And then we're going to talk about ghost accounts really quick too. So, and first of all, do you guys have any specific questions so we can make sure we can go over that? Or maybe you will after. Okay. All right. So, so first off, there's so many different ideas of the best way to do placement. Like some people, you know, will put 2 people under somebody, but they'll never do the 3rd one because they don't want to complete power of 3 for somebody. Other people like will turn over enrollments right away, like as far as the enrollment goes, sponsorship and enrollment goes, and then other people hold on to it. Some people kind of use one as an incentive. There's just so many different ways to go. So my advice to you is to keep enrollments as long as possible. Keep enrollership. To keep enrollership on people that you place elsewhere on your team for as long as you possibly can. There's a lot of people, I've heard this so many times, who turn gold because they turned over enrollership of certain builders to help somebody go premier so that they could go to gold and then regret it. Like that is one that I hear all the time. And like I said, that might seem far away for you, but just keep that in mind that you want to keep those enrollerships. So some people end up using that. I just heard of one lady, and I cannot remember her name, but she's Presidential Diamond. And what she does is she places a builder on every single one of her frontline leaders' frontline. Does that make sense? So she'll give each of her frontline leaders a builder that she's enrolled. And then she tells them, I will give you enrollership of this team when you hit solidified platinum. And then when you do that, I'm going to give you this team, and then they're going to instantly be diamonds. So how awesome wouldn't you work your tail off if you knew you had a builder and a team growing on your team that you would earn as soon as you hit a certain rank? Like I love that one. I thought that was really cool. And then obviously it helps her, right? Because then it stabilizes her rank. Because obviously as presidential, she needs them to be platinum. But if she, if they were diamonds, then it's kind of a guarantee that they're going to stay. Even if their rank dips a little bit, they're still going to be platinum. Anyway, so that's one. So you can kind of use that to incentivize to keep it. Okay, so Lorraine just asked, what's the benefit of enrollership later on? Okay, so yes, so you get fast starts at the beginning, but enrollership later on. So enrollership doesn't matter until you hit premier rank. So elite rank is just volume underneath. But once you hit premier, you need to have enrollership over, so for instance, let's talk about premier. You need to have 2 executive legs, which are 2 legs of 2,000, right? With 5,000 total. But those 2,000, like one of those people on your team, like for instance with you, Lorraine, let's say with Roberta. Roberta's on your front line, and you have enrollership of Roberta. So she becomes a qualifying leg for you. So because you have enrollership of Roberta, if you didn't have enrollership of Roberta, that leg would not count for you for premier. So you need to have enrollership of either somebody at the top or somebody else further down.
But whoever the qualifying person is, whoever you have enrollership over, that person has to have the 2,000 in volume. So
and place $100.
and place $100 fee on it as well.
So enrollership is good because, so for instance, Stacy is on our team. Stacy's on our 7th. Are you on our 7th level? 4th. Really?
No, you're on our 7th, but
we get paid as if you're on our 4th. Okay.
I'm on your 4th enrollership level.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
A 7th sponsor level, I think.
Okay. So yeah, so Stacy, for instance, is on our 7th level, but our frontline leader has enrollership of her so that she counts as a qualifying. So between Stacy and all of those other spots in between, it doesn't matter what those people are doing because Stacy is our qualifying leader on that leg. So that's why it's good to have multiple enrollership or enrollers, whatever. What am I saying? Enrollerships, yeah. Okay, because then it's like having multiple eggs in that basket, right? Like you've got more chances of different leaders taking off. So,
and then that's part of it too, is you don't know who's going to take off or who's not going to take off. The person you think is the golden ticket sometimes doesn't work out. The person you don't think is going to do anything ends up blowing up. So everyone you enroll, keep the enrollership until, I mean, basically, even when we talk about enrollership changes or anything like that, or turning over enrollership, we talk about it with Jeff and Cherie or someone else just because it's hard to think it all through.
So you can get back if you turn enrollership over. You can return it to the person like one time. So if they end up needing it back, you can give it back to them. But it's just a gift. Enrollership is a really good thing, and you do want it because it really can help you with rank advancement later on. And even if that team is building, it's nice to keep those fast starts coming on later, right? So the more enrollership you have, the bigger your fast start check will be every week. So anyway, does that help? Does that answer your question, Lorraine? Kind of, yeah, sort of. Okay. So for instance, say you had, I'm trying to think who else is on your front line. I can't remember. You've got
okay, so the benefit is for you up front because you've enrolled them, but you're putting them down somewhere
lower in your team organization, yeah.
Line. You get the fast starts and all that because you don't know what's going to happen and you know what they're doing or if they're going to stay there or whatever. But then somewhere down the line where you place them or perhaps under them they're ready to go and you would give enrollership to whoever's leg it's going to build.
Yeah, you would do that.
Like Roberta's under me and whoever's under Roberta, if I enrolled 2 of those people that were under her and she's about to qualify for something, would I am I turning that over to her or am I turning that over when below her goes somewhere?
You could turn it over to her, but it would have to be like as a stipulation, right? Like if she earned it, if you felt like if she was working, right? If she was building that other leg, then you could gift her the other one. But like I said, it really is a gift. So you'd have to kind of.
So enrollership would benefit her if it's someone under her that I enrolled and I'm giving her enrollership. It's to benefit her promotion.
But which benefits you too, right? So then if she's rank advancing, you are too, right? But yeah, it is benefiting her. But then what I'm saying was sometimes you want to hold on to it because you don't know, say Roberta decides she wants nothing to do with doTERRA anymore. She's just going to order every month, but she doesn't want to do the business. And then somebody that you placed under her decides to take off and just do the business. Then you've now got a different person that you can use as a qualifying person on that leg. So that's why it's good to hold on to those just because you never know who's going to do what.
Right. And you could make them, that might be the one thing that's going to put them over the top to make. And you said it only matters at the premier level?
Well, it doesn't matter until you hit premier.
From there on, you have to have those qualifying enrollments. So like for silver, you have to have the 3 elites, right? You have to have each of those enrollerships for those 3 legs. But yeah, so basically at that point, but Premier,
Before you hit
before
Premier,
you
it
hit
doesn't
Premier,
matter.
it doesn't matter. It's just like if your team has 2,000 in volume, fantastic.
But it's going to benefit their rank, not necessarily mine. So you're hanging on to those for your tree, not so much money that comes in from that particular person.
So yes and no, but it could end up benefiting you more though later on, right? 'Cause you don't- Right. So you don't know, but yeah. Right. Exactly. So yeah. So you just got to really like play out all the pros and cons and go, okay, is this going to work? Is this, is this what's best for both of us to do this? And sometimes it's nice, like people, a lot of times people, because whoever has enrollership of that person really should be supporting them in the business, right? Like if I was your enroller, then I should be checking in with you every week. I should be, supporting you as best that I can, more than maybe somebody else who's in your upline. So that's kind of the other responsibility that goes there with enrollership, right? Is you really need to be supporting that person in the business.
Okay.
Does that make more sense now, hopefully?
Yeah, because the immediate monetary part of it is fast start and that kind of thing that you get as bonuses or whatever.
Right.
Past that, it has to do with your legs.
Mm-hmm.
And rank. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's a long-term thing that you want to make sure you're holding on to for long-term. And like I said, you can turn it back over once. And then after that, it gets a little messy.
Well, and even that can get a little messy depending on when they enroll and whatever. So
most of the time it goes back. But anyway, yeah. So you can transfer it over once to somebody else and then back to that same person. But then after that, it gets a little complicated. So for instance, say I wanted Kaylee's enrollership, and I could ask, so we could have Kaylee, so say her mom turns over her enrollership to me, but then say her mom needed it back for a rank or whatever, then I could turn it back to her. But then after that, like if say she was then going to give her enrollership to Emily or whatever, it would be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? It'd be more complicated. All right, so I totally lost the train of thought. Where I was going. We're talking about enrollership. Okay. I will go into that. So let's just go into, if I think of anything else, I'll go into it. Well, let's just go into, okay, so the differences between a wellness advocate account and a wholesale account. We've kind of gone over this before, but I've learned something new just this week, so I want to make sure I pass this on to you guys. Okay, so a wellness advocate account, you can place people underneath of them. A wholesale customer account, you cannot place anybody underneath of them. But they can upgrade at any time to a wellness advocate with no cost. You can do it on your back office. It's super easy. And then you guys know the new fun game changer piece, which is if a wellness customer upgrades after 90 days that they've enrolled, they can to a wellness advocate, then you can move them anywhere on your team, right? So the new piece to this that we've just learned, and was just kind of announced even today on the Diamond Call, was that, so say you have a wellness customer who upgrades to a wellness advocate, not only can you move them anywhere on your team, but you can transfer them into a spot that exists where somebody doesn't want to do it anymore. So say like Stacy, say you have Becky on your team, she's on your front line and she's decided she doesn't want to do it anymore. And she's got Jenny underneath of her who's a wellness customer, or wholesale customer. So Jenny's going to upgrade to a wellness advocate, and then she can actually go into Becky's spot. And then Becky after would go inactive and then could reactivate and be somewhere else on your team. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like, wait, what? This kind of blew my mind. But anyway, so to do that, just FYI, so if you do know, the person just upgrades to a wellness advocate, and then within 3 days, they have to sign an account transfer form with that person whose account spot that they're transferring into, and send it into placement, probably through DocuSign, I'm assuming. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. Okay, which leads us to, this is kind of with the whole new wholesale customer thing, it has really changed things for placements and signing people up. Like, it's really just changed the game for us. So what some people are running into is they have all of these wholesale customers, and they've got nobody who's a wellness advocate that they can place them under. And they're like, where do we go? We just have all of these people on my front line who are all wholesale customers, right? And then what do you do with them? So what some people have started to do, and this is kind of becoming more of the norm, if you will, if they're enrolling, if they don't have a builder, they will create a ghost account. So like
your mom, your sister,
your aunt, your best friend, whoever it is, who doesn't want to have anything to do with the business, but is letting you essentially use their personal information as a spot holder, a placeholder on your doTERRA team. So say for instance, Lorraine, you're enrolling like 5 people a month, and you have no idea where to put them, right? Because you don't have a builder. So you can enroll your, whoever, your daughter, whatever, okay? She can be your placeholder on your front line, and then you can then go and plug these people in underneath of her so that you're building another leg to help you get to Premier. And then when you do find that builder, because your statistics or your percentage is that out of every 20 people you enroll, you will find a builder, right? So when you do get to that one person who is going to be your builder, you can plug them right into that spot. They can transfer in, and then your daughter, your sister, your mother, whoever can then, if they wanted to use their account, can just move it in 6 months and go underneath on the team somewhere. But anyway, so that then they come in and they kind of have a little bit of team already going for them, which is not a bad thing, right? And then they can start and they can, they're doing their building and make the team even bigger. So anyway, there's pros and cons to it. Obviously, but it seems to be that the pros outweigh the cons, because you don't want somebody walking into a business and going, oh, sweet, I'm already making a paycheck. Like, you want somebody to actually be appreciating it and working for it, right? Which that's ideal. That doesn't always happen, but that's ideal. But we already have a little bit of a problem anyway with entitlement. If you have somebody who's, we've all done this, right? You find somebody who's ordering 100 LRP, so you decide to build underneath of them, right? And then what do you have? You have somebody at the top who likes the paycheck, who doesn't want to do anything, and who doesn't want to transfer out of that spot, and is not a leader. So now you've just built like this dead leg, right? With no leader on the top. So, it's always, placements are such a shot in the dark sometimes, right? We just make the best decision we can with all the information that we have, and we do our best. But anyway, so that's just another possibility, and it's something that has kind of come up that people are doing more now that we have the wholesale customer account, because this has kind of created this, okay, if you can't build under somebody and you're enrolling all these customers, where on earth are you going to put them? So especially if you have a brand new builder, which we do on our team right now, we've got a few brand new builders who are enrolling all these people, and they've got no place to put them, right? They're just like 20 people on the front line, which is kind of just, how does that help? It doesn't, right? So it's better to have that ghost account, so then at least you can be building volume in 2 legs, at least, right? Until you do find those builders that come up.
Does that ghost account need to be active as in purchasing every month?
Nope. So it can be just ordering once a year, right? Just to stay active, so it will stay there. But yeah, they don't need to order or be on LRP or anything like that.
No.
I mean, obviously, I would encourage whoever to order. I mean, say that account is getting like a $50 check, then you would want to order for that. Okay, so Lorraine says question mark. Okay, so basically the ghost account. So so essentially in a ghost account, you're getting you're just taking that personal information. It sounds so shady, but it's totally legit. So what's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. So you're taking, this sounds horrible. I feel like I'm telling you guys if I do something that's wrong, but it's not wrong. Anyway. Okay. So you take that personal information, you could even be paying for that membership, right? And say, okay, I'm going to take your information and pay $35 to go create a ghost account with this person's permission, of course, right? Unless you have, I'm just kidding. Okay,
She's just making it more illegal every
I
sentence.
know, right? Unless you've like purchased this information off the internet. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Once you've bought it off the black market, then you're gonna.
Oh, and you know it's a legit social. Okay. So you have this person's information, right? That they're okay with you to use. You pay for that membership, the $35, right? Because $35 is a small price to pay if you know it's going to hold a spot for a leader that you're going to find later on. So Kaylee was asking, does that spot have to place an order? Do they have to be actively ordering every month? And so no, they don't, because essentially that's going to be your account, right? Like you're going to be managing that account. You're going to have access to it. So you just need to order. I would just order on it once a month. So for it to be an active leg, doesn't it need to be on LRB? No. So yes, and you would put people underneath of them.
You can put people underneath them. You're starting to build it now. If it were the point where it's getting close to elite or something like that, then yeah, obviously it would be smart to be having a $100 order that you're making a little money at it. But it's not necessary, but it would be ideally it would be good to at least have that leg ordering something, because then it would be better.
But they don't have to be doing anything, especially if it's you or the one who's managing it and you're the one who's ordering. I say you're on that account, and I say don't order anything unless it's going to benefit you.
But that ghost account with people placed underneath. So let's say my cousin, I make the ghost account under her name, and then I put like 4 of my new enrollments underneath her just to place them and have somewhere for them to go. If one of them takes off and builds, will that hold me back from making that leg an executive or whatever I need it to get to where I need to go?
No, because you'll have the enrollership on it.
Okay. So they're literally just a place. I mean, they're a base, literally. They're just holding those people so that leg can move up if it does.
Yeah, and then say you have that and you decide, say you have that ghost account and you decide, oh, you know what, I don't want to do this ghost account anymore. Well, then you let it go inactive and you move it, and then those people would roll up to your front line.
But see, and this is where you get into tricky, messy stuff, but that's where you can, you've got that person there. You can take those wellness customers, have them upgrade to wellness advocates, and move them around on your team. And there's just 100 different things.
Yeah, that's true too.
What I love about this wholesale customer thing that it's doing is it's giving us options. It's so many times over the past couple of years we've just looked at each other like, oh, what if? Oh, it would be so nice if we could have done this and this and this. This gives you that option to be able to actually make some of those changes that are going to help you.
And move people a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Well, and people aren't so alarmed by the word wholesale customer as they are.
It sounds more normal.
Right.
Well, and a lot of people, I just remember like, oh, I used to always say, they're like, well, what's the difference between me and you? I'm like, oh, there's nothing. You don't need to do business, but you can if you want to or whatever. And that some people are like, wait. So I'm signing up to do this. Or now you can totally do it.
Right.
You're buying your oil.
And you actually can't do the business.
Yeah. And a lot of people, that just gives them that option of like, okay, good. Pressure, phew, I'm done. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So anyway, this is like super, super complicated stuff, guys. I hope I'm not like.
We're talking about this right now, but if you have these questions, let's set up a call and we can talk to you individually and like really get this, kind of figured out. Because we go to our upline on these kind of things just because you want to talk it through with someone. You want to get some, 2 different opinions on it kind of thing. So.
And I just want to make sure you guys know about different options that are available, right?
Yeah.
So that you're not like, man, I wish I would have known this when I was an elite, or I wish I would have known this when I was an executive, right? Like, I wish I would have known this was an option. You know, so at least now you know exactly, Stacey. It's nice to know before you need it. Exactly. Because even now, I think, man, I would have structured my team so differently, even with what I've done, you know, like, oh, but hindsight's 2020, right? So anyway, I just want to make sure you guys have as much information as possible on the best possible ways to structure your team.
I think just having a ton of different ideas. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It seems like every presidential diamond has different ways they did everything. So
Yep.
It's just having all these different ideas and figuring out what works for you is better than nothing.
That is just spot on. That is exactly right, because that's totally what it is. Yeah, I want you guys to have all the information, and then you decide what is best for you as you build your team, because this is a really personal decision. It's your business, you know, this is how you're creating and designing and building your business. It's totally up to you. So I just want to make sure that you guys have at least an insight as to different options that are available. So when you guys do know, and I think we know this now, but so now it would be easier to move people, right? So say you have people that are in a spot where you don't want them, it's so much easier to move them now, because all you need to do is have them wait that 90 days, and then they upgrade to a wellness advocate, and you can move them wherever you want on your team. Where before we were waiting, they had to not order for 6 months, right? And then we could move them and lose all their points, all their key points and everything. It's just such a joke. Exactly, Stacey. It's such, they would lose everything, right? And now all they have to do is be a wholesale customer, upgrade, and you can move them. They don't have to cancel their LRP. They don't have to cash in their points. They don't have to lose their percentage. Like, it was such a nightmare, right? Now it's like so easy to move people. So anyway, okay, so I think that was all I had, right? Ghost accounts, most customers. What other questions do you guys have for me?
Do they still have to email placements to move? We still have to go through that process, right? If they, after their 90 days, they wanted to upgrade to Wellness Advocate, we would still need to email placements with it, right?
Yes, but from what I understand, that is going to
change.
It's going to change a lot. Like, it's going to streamline a lot quicker, instead of like you putting something in and then you have to call us and then we put it into our account manager. They're setting up a system that's going to make that so much faster and easier.
So
still not out there yet.
On your back office. So that's not, doesn't show up on your back office as sponsorship change when they upgrade?
I'm not sure.
Huh. I don't know, because I haven't upgraded anybody and had the chance to move them, so I don't even know what it looks like. But
Shelly might. She's done it 2 or 3 times now, but I don't think she's moved them. I think she's
kept
just
them
kept
where
them where they're at. Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't know how many days you have to do it either. That's another thing. These are good questions. I should know the answers to those.
Once they upgrade, you have 3 days to move.
So that's it?
No, sorry. Once they upgrade, you have 14 days, just like you did when you're.
You have 3 days to do the account.
But the account transfer is 3 days, but it's just like the original. Like, if you sign them up originally, you have 14 days.
So that's why I thought it would show up in the back office, but it doesn't.
It's gotta show them.
So they're essentially just starting over. You're just not going to get fast track for that again.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you're essentially re-signing them up in a new account, essentially, as far as where they're concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers the same and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, you should have the.
None of the accountants still have their percentage.
So the only part we don't know, we've got to find that out, is if it shows up in your back office. If it shows up in your back office under your sponsorship changes.
It's got to.
Or if you have
So
to
Tara
email
wouldn't be that
placement.
dumb.
Don't be stupid for them to not be able to. Okay, so I should have asked this. I did call yesterday and ask a bunch of questions about like the transferring part. I wanted to know all that, but I didn't think about that one. Okay, so Lorraine says, so no placement issues for wholesale customers. No, because you can move them. I mean, it's good to have a good place for them, right? Because their volume counts for volume. So you want it to go somewhere like in the leg, particularly like for like Premier, for example.
Or even to solidify your, 50 or 200, 250 bonus.
So yeah, or for your structural
Because you have to
bonus.
have those, 600 in volume underneath each of those. So yeah.
Yeah, but you can move them. So yeah, so you don't have to stress over it as much, right, for wholesale customers, but you do want it to count for something. Like whether it's your structural bonus or in a leg for volume that you need for rate. And hopefully
never know where
everybody, oh, sorry, go ahead, Kaylee.
That and we never know what they're going to do. I mean, you could sign them up as that and then they take off and they're diamonds in a year. So.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so yeah, you never know. I was going to say that, and I hope everybody is like super, super excited about like striving for Premier now that they have this big bonus. It's so awesome. So exciting. Got a lot of people working towards that now. That's awesome. It's nice that it comes before silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what other questions we've got? I know placements is such a topic.
I feel like placements have gotten easier for me with the well customers.
Yeah.
I don't stress as much about where I'm going to put them.
Yeah.
And so they're fillers to me. I just throw them in where I could use some volume, and it's made it so much easier for me. And
yeah, because it's not forever, right? Like if they upgrade, then sweet, I can move them again, right? Like anywhere. So yeah, I agree. It's very, very nice. So yeah, Kaylee says she can taste Premier. Yay! I hope so.
We weren't going to do this, but
Are we allowed to leak that yet?
well, these guys are on the call, so I'm not.
Well, it's recording. Should we stop it? We'll stop the recording.
Well, we're
no problem. You should have been on live.
Should have been on live, but you know this information.